What's up guys, Chimp here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today, we're going to be doing another mock draft. I am getting up there where I can finally do 2-round mock drafts. But right now, we're just sticking to the classic 1 round. I think after the entire, postseason's over with, that's when we're going to do a 2-round mock draft. But anyways, we got the first 18 picks all solidified. So this is where every single team will be picking unless a blockbuster trade does end up happening. Maybe like the Pittsburgh Steelers try and trade for Aaron Rodgers or Deshaun Watson. Same thing with the football team, Broncos, Panthers. Anything could happen in the offseason, so that's why it's going to be really, really fun to watch. Other than that, let's get right into the video. And we're starting off with the Jags at number 1. We're going Evan Neal. It just seems like the best pick at this moment. The Jags just have a really bad O-line, and I don't know why I didn't think of this before. This is perfect, right? When the Jags are picking in like the 4 or 5 range, Evan Neal is pretty much going to the Jags. But we never thought he could reach up to be the number 1 pick in the draft, and that's where I have him going. I know edge rusher could be a cool pick for the Jags, but Trevor Lawrence just threw 12 touchdowns and 17 interceptions in his rookie year. And a guy who usually wins, thank you for that notification. Let's X that out, please. Alright. If you have a guy who always wins, who always puts up great statistics, putting up that kind of rookie year, you know you need to establish some, actual competent weapons, a great O-line. Trevor Lawrence can be unbelievable with that cast. Right now, he doesn't really have anything in Jacksonville, and that's why they're stuck at the number 1 overall pick again. Number 2 is the Detroit Lions. I really, really badly feel like going Kayvon Thibodeau. He's an aggressive player, man. I like both of their athleticism. Thibodeau is just a bigger player maker. I love his athleticism. He's ferocious. Really just makes me feel like Dan Campbell would love to get a guy like this on his team. Of course, Aiden Hutchinson's a great player as well. I have him dropping down from 1 to 3, and it's really hard to, see who could be the best player in the draft and could be the number 1 overall pick in the draft fall below the top 2. Excuse that disgusting noise, like that croaking. Hopefully you didn't hear that. I did, and it was nasty. Anyways, number 3 is the Houston Texans, and I'm not going to bullshit you right here. This is not going to be, it could be Aiden Hutchinson, but it could also be this guy, so that's why I'm going with him. No, it's Aiden Hutchinson. He's the best player remaining on the draft board. You take him immediately. It's not even a question. 4 is the Jets. Now, I have cooked up a scenario, right? And with that scenario, I have Charles Cross going at 4. I love Charles Cross. I never actually, put a lot of thought. Oh, what is up with this phlegm in my throat, dude? I have not really put a lot of thought into watching Charles Cross in Mississippi State. Turns out, he's a pretty great player. And I know that Ikem Ekwonu has made, such a big transition from guard to tackle, and he's been doing it really well to where he could be a top 5 pick in the draft. I love Charles Cross as well. I know, like I say a billion times in the mock draft, a team is not going to ask my opinion on who they want to draft for their future. If they make a shitty pick, they're making a shitty pick. I cannot do anything to erase that for them, right? I think Charles Cross could be super, super good, starting immediately at right tackle. Ikem Ekwonu and Charles Cross are both on the left side. You can't expect, maybe Kenyon Green, but he's not a top 5 player, and I don't think he's a top 5 pick. I think Charles Cross can really work himself into this situation. Giants at 5. This could be a lot of things. With Joe Judge fired, Giants fans are going to hate me for this, but I think this could be a QB. I know that, Daniel Jones, they said, Daniel Jones is our guy. We're not moving on from Judge and Jones. Look what happened to Joe Judge. He got fired because the Giants saw that he has had no success. they were not putting up any points. Alright, they were, but not many. Right? They're picking at number 5 for a reason. They need to get a ton of a ton of players that can be great for them immediately. So guys like Kyle Hamilton could go to the Giants. It's not their biggest need, but if they want best player available, they take them. Right now, I think we're addressing the O-line, and I know Ika Mekwonu is on the board. I like Ika Mekwonu. I want to go Tyler Linderbaum. I know there's drastic changes in this mock draft. Listen, Giants fans, if you want what's best for Saquon Barkley, you're taking Tyler Linderbaum. He's an aggressive center who will clear away space, and I would love for him to come to the Ravens. I know they need secondary, but Marcus Peters is coming back. Anthony Avertt's not been bad, right? Marlon Humphrey's obviously a stud. And you got a lot of guys in that secondary. Of course, Deshaun Elliott, Chuck Clark. They're both pretty good players as well. I don't think the Ravens really need to address secondary unless something big happens with Marcus Peters or Marlon Humphrey. 6 is the Carolina Panthers. You know, I've been looking into that offensive line. It's pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard not taking a quarterback here. I know that, a lot of people would be inclined to do that, and I would be too. I really would be. How is someone supposed to get the throw off without, a good offensive line? That O-line is pretty bad. Matt Corral and Kenny Pickett, I don't know how much they're going to do in Carolina's situation. I love their receiving core. I love that Christian McCaffrey is coming back healthy, hopefully. We'll see how that Carolina Panthers offense does. Matt Corral's a really exciting player. Kenny Pickett, is just a traditional quarterback. But this quarterback class, to me, it's not very impressive. I'm going to try and give Sam Darnold another year in this mock draft. Trust me, Panthers fans, I know that you need quarterback, and I promise you I will go quarterback in the next mock draft. But in this scenario, where quarterbacks aren't very good, right? Kenny Pickett, Matt Corral. Look at who you have in the next year's draft. If they commit, you got Bryce Young, Grayson McCall, CJ Stroud, DJ Uiagalelei, if he can stop sucking in football. I needed to make that confirmation. Giants at 7. They're back on the clock. These are going to be 2 edge rushers, I think, no question, unless the Falcons want to take their franchise QB, which I think would be unwise at the spot, to say the least. Giants at 7 is a really interesting spot. I love David Ojabo. He is kind of raw. Let's go Wow. Let's avoid that voice crack. Let's go George Karloftis. I think he's a great player. I just like, David Ojabo's potential more. Karloftis is a really, really good player as well. And can slide in, play D-end. Dexter Lawrence or Leonard Williams can move into D-tackle, whoever you want. Unless one of them's already playing D-tackle, which in that case, please, keep it that way. And just like I said, the Falcons are going to take an edge rusher as well. They're going to go with the raw potential of David Ojabo with his athleticism. I heard that he's not exactly experienced at QB, but I think he's going to get the job done in Atlanta. If you want pressure, you're going with an edge rusher. That pressure is horrendous. And I know you desperately need quarterback, or not desperately, but you really need quarterback as well. That is not your main concern with that defense of yours. AJ Terrell was great. He was super, super good. Didn't even get into the Pro Bowl. I was really mad when I found that out. Anyways, that defense is horrendous. I would love to add someone young and athletic to that defense. It would be really, really fun. I'm not even going to explain this one. I'm going Kenny Pickett. Actually, I will, because people will be wondering why I'm not going Matt Corral. Matt Corral is so high potential. We'll see how he does. I also think he has an RPO-based scheme, but unlike Sam Howell, it's not a lot of short passes. It's a lot of deep passing as well. I love the potential of his arm. Just, this mock draft is a lot of just switching around, trying out different scenarios. And Kenny Pickett has been great for Pitt. And I think he's definitely a top 10 talent. Or sorry, not top 10 talent, but I think he will be a top 10 pick in the draft. Unless Matt Corral goes, in this scenario, Matt Corral goes before him, then maybe not. Jets at 10. You got your pick, man. Kyle Hamilton, Stingley Jr. This is the pick of your dreams right here. Do you want an overall unbelievable safety? Or do you want to go with the position that you really, really need as well, alongside Bryce Hall, who broke out in 2021? I think we're going Stingley Jr. No, I lied. We're going Kyle Hamilton. I just feel like it. It's just the feel. In the moment of time, I think Kyle Hamilton's such a... repeated that. I think Kyle Hamilton is such a great player. I think he could be in contention for the best player in the draft just because of his versatility and ball hawking skills, sideline to sideline range. All is unbelievable, and he could play a hybrid role for the Jets, which I love him in that situation. Washington at 11. It has to be QB, Matt Corral. Next up, Vikings, Derek Stingley Jr. These two picks I don't really need to explain. 13 is the Cleveland Browns. It feels like I've always been going Jameson Williams. I still think he's the best receiver in the draft. However, as an overreaction to his torn ACL, let's go... You know what? Let's go Garrett Wilson. I lied. We're going Chris Olave. I love Chris Olave. I think he has good speed, good route running ability, good hands, and he could be a number one there in Ohio immediately. Local guy. Keep him in state. 14 is the Baltimore Ravens. Wow. Alright, that never happened. This is a really, really interesting spot. Listen, I'm a Ravens fan, okay? I will go with what I think my team needs. That O-line, not great. I'm going Kenyon Green. I love Kenyon Green out of Texas A&M, man. I think he could be another guy who goes top 10. I love him. I think he could be great for our run scheme. I think J.K. Dobbins will greatly appreciate this. Lamar Jackson will greatly appreciate this. The right side is set. And he could play right tackle as well. I know he's taking some snaps there. That's going to be great for the Baltimore Ravens, who don't really have a ton on that O-line. Other than Ronnie Stanley, and if Jawan James is actually good. Eagles at 15. Edge rusher, corner, maybe safety, I don't think so. Edge, corner, linebacker, receiver. Address that with your first 4 picks, and your team is set. Maybe in the 3rd round, take a good safety like Lewis Sine or Verone McKinley, maybe if you want to take him. Right now, though, I'm going best player available for me, and that is Ahmad Gardner. I think when this is all said and done, he could be the best corner in the draft. Behind Derek Stingley Jr. is what I meant, right? I like him. I really do. Physicality, athletic. I like Gardner. I think he's pretty good. And then Eagles back on the clock. This should be an edge rusher, but it can't be. Should it? I'm back and forth. I think linebacker could be a big position of need for them as well. I don't know where to go. Let's go Jameson Williams. Let's try and improve that receiving core for Jalen Hurts. That could be super, super good for the Eagles and everything, really. That Eagles team will become so much dynamic with that run game. Miles Sanders is good when he actually gets touches. That'll be huge. Chargers at 17. Let's go Jordan Davis. Love his run-stopping ability and love what he can do on the Chargers. Simple as that. Saints at 18. This should be a receiver. I'm going Garrett Wilson. He's the best receiver on the board. All of these picks are going to be going by quick because there's a lot of picks that are really obvious. 19. I know that, many people will be wanting to go linebacker here. And I think I want to do it too. Should I go Devin Lloyd or should I go Nakobe Dean? Both of them are really, really good players, both in different aspects. Let's go Nakobe Dean because I like his versatility. I love Lloyd as well. He's a big playmaker. Dean usually engages in contact, gets after the passer as well. I love his potential in Philadelphia, and They need a starting caliber linebacker there. I don't know any of the linebackers in the Philadelphia. Maybe Davion Taylor, if he even exists. I don't know. Nakobe Dean at 19. As for 20, it should be a quarterback. I don't think Sam Howell's a first round guy. I think Desmond Ridder could be. I think Malik over or underestimate Malik Willis. Malik Willis's hype has completely died down from a top 5 guy to maybe not even a first round guy. I know there's still people who like him. I still like him, but right now I think Desmond Ridder could go higher than him just because he's a bit faster. I don't know. 21 is the New England Patriots. Let's go Roger McCreary. I like his athleticism. I really do. It's a great corner class. And I could see a couple of these guys falling, like Kyer Elam and Andrew Booth Jr., who I think could be the two of the best corners in this draft. I like McCreary. I like his athleticism. I like his ball skills. I like everything about him. He had a big season for New England, and I think, or Auburn, and he will have a big seasons for New England. By the way, forgot to mention, J.C. Jackson is a free agent. Do you guys think that he will not be there anymore? Leave it in the comment section below. As we move on to 22, we need to protect Tua, dude. It's not coming to the point where Tua's a bad quarterback. It's just he doesn't have enough. Jalen Waddle was unbelievable as a rookie. I loved him. Now, Will Fuller has been injured. Devontae Parker, I still think, is a bust, right? Mike Gesicki's great. I love him as a player. But who else do you have? Myles Gaskin's average. You have a bad offensive line. A defense who was getting tired because, well, the offense wasn't doing anything. What can you do with that team? You gotta bail out to a bit here. Get an O-lineman. Get Trevor Penning. I like him out of Northern Iowa. 23 is the Raiders. This has to be a defensive pick. Whether that's Nakobe Dean, Devin Lloyd, it's Andrew Booth Jr. He's a Clemson player. What else can you say? Cardinals at 24. I like Trayvon Walker here. Actually. Nah, I can't go with that. I'm going Trent McDuffie. I like Trayvon Walker as a player, man. I really do. But in the end, corner is just a bigger need. So we got 2 straight corners go off the board. And the Bengals, I don't care which O-lineman it is. It has to be a good one. I love Zion Johnson. I think he's more of like a run blocker maybe. He'll help Joe Mixon, that's for sure. And I think he will help Joe Burrow as well. So let's go Zion Johnson out of Boston College. I really do like him. And the Bills at 26. Let's go with another O-lineman. Should I? Actually, let's avoid that. Let's go Marvin Leol. Great player. I just think he could fall because there's not a lot of teams that actually are in the market for a player like him. IDL/edge, and his pass rushing numbers and his pass rushing off the edge and run stopping capability. I think they've declined a bit. I know his sacks have gone up. It doesn't matter. If you're pressurizing the quarterback on a constant basis, that means you're a good player. Like, obviously, the main goal is to get the quarterback down, but what's the point of that if you don't try and pressurize the quarterback in the first place? 27 is the Detroit Lions. It's going to be a lot of picks, a lot of players. I like the potential of, where is he? Here he is, Drake London. I like him. I like him as a player. I think he's been getting a bit hyped up recently. I like Drake London, man. He's a pretty fast guy. 6'5", 210. Big receiver. Get the USC duo back together. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who I'm finally happy that he's getting more targets. Anyways, 28 is the Dallas Cowboys. Let's go Kyer Elam. They need corner, man. It's underestimated what the need for corner is on the TDN's draft needs. Chiefs at 29. I'm going to go with a speedy receiver, and to probably everyone's shock, it's not going to be Treylon Burks. I'm going Jahan Dotson. I mean, Nico Hardman's okay. Tyreek Hill's obviously really, really good. We need a new number 2. I think Nico Hardman can be good in a number 3 role. I don't think he was ever destined for like the second round pick that the Chiefs took him over DK Metcalf. Anyways, Jahan Dotson, I like him. I like him as a player. Had a great season for Penn State and played it extremely well. I was on his side drafting him to the Saints before anyone really thought of him as a first round guy, and I am going to give myself credit for that. Thank you very much. And then Bucks take Treylon Burks. If Chris Godwin is leaving and of course Antonio Brown's gone, that receiving core is going to be terrible. So why not add a really versatile receiver who is fast, is reliable, and can deal with getting forced the ball sometimes. Let's go Treylon Burks. As for the Titans, this could be a number of positions. I know that like the Titans are really defensive, their linebacker position. I still don't think it's amazing. I think Devin Lloyd, let's be honest, Rashaan Evans is a free agent. I know you signed Zach Cunningham. Really? Is that your guy, Zach Cunningham? That's my explanation for that. Harold Landry, I think, is also a free agent. Or is he on the franchise tag? One of the two. Your linebacker core is at stake. If they all get re-signed, fine. I understand where you're coming from. But why not take a linebacker that can really help in your coverage? And finally, let's go Packers, Trayvon Walker. I think Trayvon Walker could be a top 20 pick. I think he could be a second-round pick. I think Jermaine Johnson could sneak into the first round. I think that could extremely happen because I love Jermaine Johnson. But in the end, in this scenario, this is how the draft pans out. I hope you enjoyed because this is a really fun one to make. Of course, a ton of changes. I hope you don't take it too harsh, and I'll see you in the next video.